Okay. Hi, Ray. Nice to see you this morning. Okay. So before we get started, why don't you give me a quick little bit about your elevator pitch? What kinds of jobs you're looking for, what you think your major strengths are, and then we'll bring up your resume and talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's wonderful to meet you, Linda, and thank you for taking the time to chat with me today. I am an experienced marketing professional. I have over 16 years of experience in advertising and also working in education, just doing marketing for social media networks, also doing some digital marketing, and also developing videos. And I am really interested in a similar role, either as a marketing director or as a product marketing manager at an organization that I think would be a good match for my skills and experience.
Okay. Very broad experience then in the marketing arena. Let's pull up your resume.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Can you see it?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So let's talk very generally about resumes. And if
Hmm.
you have other questions, please go ahead and ask. But in general terms, your resume needs to be, it's a marketing piece for you. And you
Yep.
need to make it as easy for me, the person, what I call a dummy on the other side of the desk or the screen, as easy for me to read it and see how you match my job. So that means that the best circumstances would be that you would customize certain portions of it every time.
Yep.
Okay.
Great.
All right. So the things that you would probably customize would be these.
Yep.
Okay. Sometimes those other bullets in addition, but your skills down here should also be customized.
That makes sense. And I've
Okay.
been doing that in my job search process. I customize the summary each time. The key achievements I pretty much keep the same um, because feel like it's a strong match of like my talents and they're pretty high, pretty impactful achievements. So I focus more on the revising the summary, like the summary statement first to ensure that it, matches well with the role.
Okay. So the summary statement really is 2 to 5 lines, Ray, of who you are in relationship to the job. Everything on your resume should focus in on new job. It's not just the best thing you've ever done. It's the best thing
Right.
you've done that matches the job. If you
Got it.
go above and beyond, or if you're going too far off track, I can't tell that this is the job you want. And
Okay,
that's
that makes
really
sense.
what you want me to do. Okay.
Got it.
So everything should be focused in on what you can do for me in my current role.
Correct.
Okay. So that said, let me start with the contact information. Okay. I would prefer, just from the standpoint of a reader, okay, that instead of using these little bullets or dots in between your points of contact, you actually remove those and insert a tab or just some extra spaces. Visually, that makes it easier for me, the reader, to be able to find that contact information, and that's the point of what you want. Okay.
Okay.
So spread it out a little bit. You're a marketer, you know that white space counts.
Yes,
Let's take advantage of
absolutely.
some of the white space on your resume.
Okay.
Okay. Make sure that your email address and your LinkedIn profile are clickable links.
Okay, got it. I will add
Okay.
that to my email.
Um, Easier for somebody on the other side of the screen to read this as 917 dash rather than parentheses.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it okay, just to go back to the header for one
Yep.
second? Is it okay that it's centered?
Sure.
These-
I don't
Okay.
care.
Okay, got
Okay.
it.
It makes no difference that way. It just needs to be easily read. I would also make sure it looks to me, at least visually right now, that this is a smaller font size than this is.
Yes, it's slightly smaller, yes.
I wouldn't do that. No font
Okay,
should be smaller than a 10. And why make it difficult for me to find and utilize your contact information?
got it. Okay.
Okay. So nothing smaller than a 10. While we're
Okay.
talking about sizes, Your resume needs to be read not just by the human eye, and most of what we're talking about is human eye, but it also has to be read by a machine, those ATS systems, the electronic file cabinets. If your margins are too close to the edge, top, bottom, or sides, some of those contacts, some of those keystrokes, those letters, whatever it is, may be cut off. So my recommendation is that you want to make it no less than 0.8 all the way around in terms of a margin.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Okay.
And it looks like it's a little too close to the sides and maybe even to the top.
Okay, so I'll adjust the margins. I just double checked the font size, and it is the same size, but it's I think the it's Calibri, but the body copy below, like in the experience and so forth, is like Calibri body 12, and then the header is just Calibri 12.
Okay.
So that might be where there's a slight difference.
That may be. Okay.
Okay.
Just so that you are aware. All
Yep.
right. Other generalized formatting is that some applicant tracking systems see those lines that go all the way across the page and say end of document. Those are
Got it.
normally older legacy systems. It doesn't happen with all of them. If you want to keep them, you can, but just be aware that that may at some point be an issue. I'm assuming that your contact information is not in a header. It's just at the top of the page.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Even though you typed it in again down here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It looked strange not having it on the second page, and you never know.
That's
Someone
right.
might point out and yeah.
Okay. For the most part, I'm looking at it on screen. It's very rare that people will print out resumes anymore unless they're actually thinking that you are in consideration and they want
Mm,
to take a couple of notes or they're
got
walking into an interview with you. Otherwise, it's going to be on screen.
it. Okay, got it. Yep.
But I'm not printing out hundreds of resumes at the same
Yep.
time. Okay. So up here in your professional summary, make sure that all of that matches the job. So if the job isn't looking at everything from digital, social media, and video, okay, all of those components, then take out the one that doesn't fit.
Yeah, exactly. I have about 12 different summaries. I customize them each
Perfect.
time, and I alternate between I apply for product marketing roles, and also marketing, like manager or marketing director roles. So I'll change the title, that I'm looking for the role in that, and then I'll also adjust the summary to match.
Perfect. Okay. All right. Next, these key achievements, they are very impactful. But what I would do, Ray, is make sure that the ones that you're putting up here are the ones that are most impactful for the new job.
Yep.
So if, for example, they're not really looking to do that social media influencing kind of a campaign, then
Mhm.
as impactful as this is in terms of Instagram, it makes no difference to them.
Okay, yep, that makes sense.
Okay, so it's, excuse me, and I'm about to sneeze.
Bless you in advance.
Okay, sorry about that. So this should be the 2 to 8 most significant things you've done anywhere in your history that match the new job. Now, as impactful as they are, one of the other things that I might do would be, instead of tying it directly, for this example, this last bullet, you're tying it to 3 million students. We want to
Yes,
make sure that people can see that this is useful in their environment. So the accomplishment itself is great, but tying it to students may make people think it doesn't apply to them. So it's
yeah,
3 million potential users.
got it. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
I'll change
So
that.
it's
Yep.
that the same thing with the pharmaceutical. Okay.
Okay.
It wouldn't matter whether you're launching a website for a pharmaceutical drug or a manufacturing product or a service. It's
Mhm.
the idea that you spearheaded that product, that project.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So if it's another pharmaceutical company, then yes, you want to leave that in there, but otherwise I might make it a little more generic. The thing with
Okay, got it.
those key achievements is it's the fine line between specific, tell me what you did and what you achieved, without tying it to a company, an industry, or a specific market.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
I have been applying to roles at pharmaceutical companies, so it's
And
relevant to
those
this.
absolutely leave it in.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Now you've got 2 to 9 seconds for me to grab your attention, for you to grab my attention, okay, with your resume, which
Yes.
often means that while I'm skimming it, I may never make it to the second page.
Correct.
The ATS systems will read everything if it can read it, but you're burying all of this on your second page and at the very bottom of your second page. Not
Yeah.
only that, you've strung them all together. Human eye has trouble reading that. They're going to get lost. They're going to get tired. They're going to stop.
Okay.
Okay. The machine's going to read it, so it's going to pick all of those keywords up. But one of the reasons for including them is that you want to use that as not just here are my technical skills. And again, they should be things that match the new job. If the new job isn't using freeform, for example, don't include it. But it's also the fact that you want to be able to demonstrate how you match my job rather than including a lot of extra stuff. The
Okay.
extra stuff has a tendency to screen you out more than screen you in.
Okay. At one point, just a quick interjection, I
Please.
have a version of my resume that below the key achievements on the first page, I list like those key skills.
Perfect.
Okay, so I can put that back
I
up
would. But what
there.
I
Okay.
would do is think of those key skills, those not as everything you've ever done,
Yeah.
not everything you can do, but the 6 to 18 most important keywords or skills that are related to the new job.
Okay.
It's almost a copy paste from the job itself.
Okay,
Okay.
got it. So at one other quick question too. At one point I had my more like soft skills, like product marketing management or team leadership. I had that as like bullets at the top, but I have some really good technical skills. So should I mix
Okay.
and match
You
or
should mix and match, but we don't normally include a lot of soft skills in the skills section. Soft
correct?
skills are things you demonstrate, but product marketing management is a skill. Okay.
Yeah.
Team leadership would not be.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. That makes sense.
So think about it as activities versus who you are.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Or personality. But again, if those technical skills are things you no longer want to be doing or are not related to the new job, don't include them. It's totally not necessary.
Okay.
Okay. In addition, I'm looking at things like Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, SharePoint, OneDrive, all the rest of these. Unless you're moving more into an admin kind of a role,
Yeah.
those are almost considered you can answer the phone.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yep.
Okay. So even though all the jobs ask for them, one of the things that you do as a product marketing manager and with all your social media skills, you know what I mean by a Boolean search.
Yep.
Okay. So in that skills section, think about those keywords from the job itself that I can use as part of my internal Boolean search to say, how am I going to narrow down these hundreds of resumes to the ones that are most likely to meet my needs for the job that I really want to do a better skim of?
Okay, got it.
Okay,
O- Okay, one other quick question. I
please.
pulled up the previous version, and so I had it as professional skills and core competencies, and then I listed client relationship management, performance-based marketing, digital and social media marketing, product lifecycle management, content marketing and strategy, and UX design and market user research. So would those be appropriate for like the top level?
They might be. It depends upon the new job.
Got
But
it. Okay.
some of them I would not make them compound.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yep.
Okay. The
Got
other
it.
thing that
I
I would
understand.
do
Mhm.
is you've got them down the bottom, remember, all spread together. Very difficult to read.
Yep.
We already talked about the fact that white space makes a difference. So
Yep.
in those key skills or core competencies, I would actually just tab them across the page. It's going to look as though it's 3 columns. Three things in threes are impactful, they make a difference. The white
Yep.
space makes a difference. And if you're tabbing it across, that is exactly where my eye is going to go to start.
Okay, got it. There's some organizations when I upload my resume, it causes me I have to re-input the information, and so a lot of the spacing and those little nuances are removed from that. So just
Yes,
wanted
but there's a difference. Are you uploading or are you attaching?
I upload and then in some instances it pulls the content from directly from my resume and then it has it in like open text field and then I have to reformat it there. But certain nuances like having it in three columns, like I can't recreate that
And I
within.
understand that.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can just tab or space across.
Okay.
Um, but here's the deal. If you have also attached to your resume, I'm
Yeah.
going to look at the one you attached. I'm not going to look at the open format.
Okay, got it. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. Mhm.
Okay. So one is for the machine, one is for me.
Right.
And if you're uploading it as a PDF, in many cases also as a Word doc, it's going to keep that formatting for
Okay.
my eye.
Okay, got it.
Okay. In terms of work experience, you have a lot of bullets under some of these jobs. Our normal point of view is if you've got too many bullets under one job, no matter how long you've been there, I'm focusing just on that job as opposed to the transferability.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
So
I
go
have
ahead.
a lot of bullets under this one role because it was 6 years and I did quite a bit of stuff. And I didn't want to date myself. I believe that the experience from the last 8 years or so is most relevant for the jobs that I've been applying to. So that's why I heavied up a little bit more on those first two roles.
I understand. But what I'm
Mhm.
looking at is that a lot of this looks as though it's tasks as opposed to things that you've actually done. So working closely with key internal stakeholders to ensure prompt delivery of campaign tactical elements, I'm
Yeah.
not sure that that is necessary. That's almost a given.
Yeah, I had to I added that for a particular job that
Okay,
they wanted like that type of language in there. So that was
okay.
one of the things.
So in that case, what I might have done, because you're working with internal stakeholders and external stakeholders,
Hmm.
regardless of the job that you're in.
Right.
So it might go up here and then talk a little more about for a campaign that Rae that brought in,
Okay.
try an achievement to it if you can. All of your points here should start with an action verb or a number or a result. So you can start
Okay.
with the what are you doing? But working with the small businesses, okay. So I would say instead of that for this one, it would be developed customized marketing strategies for small
Okay.
businesses, right? Lead with what you did that had the impact.
Got it.
We don't include a lot of adjectives, adverbs, those kinds of things in here. Where was I looking? Excelled in strategic planning. Okay. You engaged in, you completed, you did, you developed, you whatever. Um,
Yeah.
but you didn't excel in it. Excelling is that thing that you're going to say, if that's the case, I want an example instead.
Okay.
Okay. So no adjectives in any of this.
Okay. Got it. Uh,
Yes.
and then I do have some data, some metrics in here, but I'm looking at all my bullets and I think that I haven't led with any metrics like as an
You
opening.
don't have to lead with the metrics as long as they're there. If you
Okay.
wanted to talk about a different way of writing it, okay, you can either
Mhm.
lead with the activity, what you did, or you can lead with the metric.
Okay.
Either way, but it should at least start with an action verb, if nothing else.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Because that's a very quick resume review,
Yep.
but I'm hoping you got some useful ideas from it.
Yeah, no, this was wonderful. Thank you so much. I really
You're very
appreciate it.
welcome.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Okay.
Rae, if people are interested in getting a hold of you, can they do that? Are you okay with that?
Yes, yes, they can.
Okay. So I'll let you, when we post this, you can put your, or I'll put your LinkedIn URL in the comments. But if you'd like to just say it now and spell it out for people, you can do that as well. What's
Yes, absolutely. So my LinkedIn is actually Studio Rae. So it would be STUDIORAE.
wonderful?
Mhm.
Perfect.
Right.
Thank you very much for letting me do this, and I hope you got some useful information. And I will see you next time.
Okay, great. Thank you again, Linda. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, you too.
Take care. Bye bye.